Hey Instagram, just got a new shipment of butterflies here at work. They come in the mail like this. I figured might as well show you what it's like to open and process them so you can hang them up and let the new butterflies emerge. Alright, so I cut through the wrapping. Let's open this box, and what do we have? Oh look, another box. Alright, so inside that box was this styrofoam box, which I first had to open up in a sleeve case in case there were any little hitchhikers coming with it all the way from Costa Rica. But if we open this up, here we get our first glance at the new chrysalises. Here's a closer view here. Love the supplier. They pack them all in really nice in each little thing. And in here, it's a live chrysalis. So the next thing I have to do is take all these out and sort them in these sorting trays and count them up. Now there's a few layers of chrysalises in here. Some of the smaller, more delicate ones are in these little cups, and some of the larger ones are wrapped up in paper towel. So I just got to take these out, sort them, and inspect them all and make sure that they're healthy and disease and pest free. Alright, I got one tray down. Time to move to the next one. Alright, well I just finished sorting. So this is everything that was in that shipment. As you can see, their shapes vary widely, but sometimes some species look really similar to each other. Like, these are two completely different species of butterflies. So here you can see one of each of the different species we were sent in this shipment. A total of 22 different kinds of butterflies. And yes, these are alive and they can move. Now I need to do some waste cleanup. I can't just throw this in the trash. First we freeze it, and then I'm going to put it in this autoclave bag and run it through the autoclave, which is a glorified pressure cooker, which will completely sterilize our waste before it goes out. We will even sanitize the box the shipment came in by giving it a good spray down with bleach and wiping it out. Now this next step is really important. I don't know if anyone's told you, but half of science is writing things down. So I need to get labels made for all of these chrysalises. Luckily, we do this electronically, and I have a label printer. Alright, now I'm just putting these labels on tiles. Not every part of this is interesting. This is also a lot easier to do with two hands. So I'll see you in a bit. With the shipment labeled, now I can begin to hang up the chrysalises. These labels are really important because we'll use this information to track the successful emergence of our butterflies, and we send the USDA a report of this at the end of the year. To hang these up just like you see here, what I'm going to do is take each chrysalis and affix it to this foam board with a pin, right through that silk coming off the tip of it. Now this is something I really need two hands to do, but what I've done is stuck a pin through the silk here on the tip of the chrysalis. And then I'm just going to slide the pin in through into the foam. And I'm going to push it in so that the head of the pin is all the way against the foam board. Now with the chrysalis pinned to the foam, it can hang and it's nice and secure. It won't fall off. And I'm just going to continue to do this with the rest of the butterflies. I've got one board down. Now I just want to check that everything's hanging securely and they're not touching each other so that they have enough room to emerge properly. On to the next one. It looks like we got some wigglers in here. Sometimes we get a chrysalis that doesn't have enough silk on it to put a pin through. So we'll have to use a low heat glue gun to glue it to some paper, and then we'll be able to pin it. So all I do is I put a blob of glue on a piece of paper, and then I stick the end of a chrysalis into that blob of glue and let it cool. If you're wondering, that tip of the chrysalis is called a crowmaster. Whew, I finally finished pinning the entire shipment, and now it's time to hang them in the case. By the way, I am on display here. Everyone can see what I'm doing. Here are the chrysalises all hanging, now ready to emerge. Over in this case, we have a number of rice paper butterflies and orange emigrant butterflies, which are yellow. I don't know why they're called orange, that are just about ready to go into our display. The last thing I have to do in here today is the dishes, so thanks for joining me in the Butterfly Haven lab here at the Peggy Notebaert Nature Museum. Hope you had a fun time.